He wants to make more history. I'm just trying to think, why would he fight Daniel Dubois? So he's elected, he's publicly said it, not me. He said, I believe he said he's got 2 more fights and he wants to fight Dubois. And we're up for the challenge. We've got the other belt. Usyk wants to probably become the first man to ever be undisputed twice. Is that right?
Don Charles has just dropped a bombshell. Usyk is far from slowing down. In fact, he's chasing even more history. Truth be told, Usyk could fight anyone right now, but he's setting his sights specifically on Daniel Dubois, which naturally begs a question: why? Usyk himself has been clear. He's got just 2 fights left, and Dubois is firmly on his radar. On the other side, Charles isn't backing down, confidently stating that Dubois is more than ready for the challenge. But here's where it gets really interesting. Usyk isn't just looking to defend his titles. He's aiming to do something historic, become the first man ever to be undisputed champion twice. And if this fight goes down, it could shake up the entire heavyweight division, forcing every contender to reconsider their position in the pecking order.
So it's conclusive. Even after we dropped Usyk, in the future, if he's given 10 minutes to recover, to still be able to go and get the victory. Yeah? So there's a lot of things that I know and we know collectively that we're going to be.
On the other hand, Don Charles just dropped a bombshell. He firmly believes they were robbed in that last fight against Usyk. And this time, there's no escape route for the so-called pound-for-pound king. Let's be real. Usyk got the benefit of the doubt, managing to survive even after hitting the canvas. But here's the question: how much longer can he count on boxing politics to keep him at the top? Meanwhile, Charles and Dubois believe they've cracked the code. They've exposed weaknesses the fanboys conveniently ignore. And Charles isn't just predicting a win, he's guaranteeing it. Make no mistake, Dubois isn't stepping into the ring to compete. He's coming to destroy. The moment of truth is approaching fast, and when it arrives, Usyk won't have judges, referees, or recovery time to save him. The heavyweight division is about to be flipped on its head. So here's the real question. Can Usyk hold on to his crown, or will Dubois snatch it and prove that politics can't protect a fading champion? Drop a like, leave a comment, and let me know your take on this fiery prediction.
We train, then eventually they will reveal to me who we're training for. Then I'll specifically tailor-make it. I'm like a tailor. They make a suit to fit. So we train generally, then come such time I'm told this is who you're going to be, then I'll tailor-make it, the training for that.
But here's the catch. Don Charles isn't your average trainer barking out basic instructions. He's a master strategist, a tactician who crafts game plans with the precision of a tailor fitting a custom suit. The truth? He doesn't waste energy overanalyzing opponents too early, because he knows Dubois has the raw power to obliterate anyone standing in his way. Instead, Charles focuses on molding Dubois into a relentless wrecking machine, sharpening every weapon in his arsenal until it's time to unleash chaos. And here's the twist. Once the opponent is locked in, Charles goes into full-on dissect mode. He breaks down every weakness, studies their style, exploits their vulnerabilities, and crafts a blueprint designed for total domination to make matters worse for the heavyweight division. Dubois isn't just a powerhouse anymore. He's evolving into a calculated killer. That leads to the real question. When a moment of truth arrives, can anyone stop the unstoppable? The storm is coming, and the heavyweight landscape will never be the same.
Hearing rumors that you're all in talks, what will happen to Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker in the next 4 or 5 months, in your view?
Well, I think they're going to be involved in some massive fights.
But with who?
With opponents.
I know you're not going. Listen, on Thursday, you said by the evening you'd tell us who Moses Talma was going to fight. Can you tell us now?
He will be on the card.
On which card?
On the Manchester card.
On April the...
No one saw this coming. Frank Warren has just sent shockwaves rippling through the heavyweight division, hinting at massive fights lined up for both Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker in the coming months. But here's where it gets intriguing. Warren refused to name their opponents, sparking speculation that some shady backroom deals might already be in motion. The reality? Parker has more than earned his shot at a world title. Yet somehow, Dubois, the same fighter who pulled out a major showdown, is still being handed golden opportunities. What's more, Parker keeps proving himself against dangerous opposition, but the politics of boxing keep him stuck in the waiting room. To make matters worse, if fairness actually existed in this sport, Parker would already be next in line for a championship fight. Instead, it looks like yet another undeserving name might jump the queue. That leaves us asking, are we about to witness another blatant fix, or will Parker finally get the recognition he deserves? The moment of truth is fast approaching, and when it hits, everything could change.
Oleksandr, who says Wembley Stadium is in contention to host this fight. He told Sky Sports News, "We are now working on this fight, Usyk versus Dubois 2, Wembley Stadium as one of the options." Earlier this month, the ring learned from Dubois' father Stan that his son will be targeting a rematch with Oleksandr.
On the other side, Usyk's manager Alex Krasiuk has just poured fuel on the fire, revealing that Wembley Stadium is now a frontrunner to host the high-stakes rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. But here's where things get really interesting. Talks are still ongoing, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Meanwhile, Dubois' father, Stan, has made one thing crystal clear. His son is laser-focused on revenge, determined to silence the doubts surrounding their first clash. That raises the question, was Usyk's win truly decisive, or has Dubois deserved another shot all along? Adding to the intrigue, a rematch on British soil could tilt the scales, giving Dubois the home crowd energy he lacked the first time. However, the reality is this. Usyk has built his career dismantling champions in their own backyards, and he won't hesitate to do it again. The moment of truth is fast approaching, and if Wembley gets the green light, this rematch won't just be another fight. It could redefine the entire heavyweight division forever.
Next, so Oleksandr, Stan Dubois, they're both saying the same thing. It seems inevitable that we're going to get Daniel Dubois, Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch, which will now this time, whereas first time it was a mandatory defense, this time it is actually going to be for...
On the other hand, Alex Krasiuk and Stan Dubois are making one thing clear. The rematch between Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk isn't just a possibility, it's almost a certainty. But this time, the stakes have skyrocketed. What began as a mandatory defense for Usyk has now transformed into a battle for the undisputed heavyweight crown, a clash of historic proportions. The reality? Their first fight stirred plenty of controversy, leaving fans and pundits questioning key moments and decisions. Dubois hasn't wasted a second, publicly voicing his desire to settle the score and rewrite the story. This time, with Usyk on the canvas, on the flip side, Usyk is more determined than ever to prove his victory was no fluke. He's coming back to defend his crown, and this time he's aiming to leave no doubts. And now, with the undisputed title on the line, this rematch isn't just about redemption, it's about legacy. The entire heavyweight division is holding its breath. This is the moment it's been waiting for. Will Dubois defy the odds and seize control, or will Usyk once again reign supreme?
WBO. And do I want to see that fight? Listen, Usyk-Parker fight, I think is a good fight. Parker's on a bit of a roll. He's just beaten Martin Bakole. That was a great knockout. I know Bakole was flying in late from the Congo and he was tired, but that shot on the top of his head sent his equilibrium and he got stretchered and he got ironed out. It was all over the place. The fight had to be stopped. So, although it was a good win for Parker, he's not going to get great credit for it. But do I want to see Parker in the ring?
Moreover, Carl Froch didn't hold back when weighing in on the potential showdown between Oleksandr Usyk and Joseph Parker. It's clear Froch is intrigued, especially after Parker's recent dominant run. But here's the catch. Parker is on fire right now. He's been tearing through opponents with ease, and that brutal knockout of Martin Bakole was nothing short of a statement. Nobody saw it coming. The way Parker landed that vicious shot, catching Bakole, who came in strong from the Congo, was downright savage. A perfect hit to the top of the head left Bakole completely disoriented, with zero chance to recover. However, while Froch acknowledged Parker's big win, he wasn't ready to hand out full praise just yet. He made it clear, yes, It was impressive, but it's not quite the kind of performance that'll make the world bow down to Parker. Which leads us to the real question. When it comes to a potential clash with Usyk, do fans want to see Parker step up, or is Daniel Dubois still the better choice? The tension's building, and the heavyweight division is holding its breath. Who's truly ready to rise to the challenge? If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. This conversation's just getting started.
Hart saying give Parker his shot, he deserves it. But it's interesting, if the WBO are going to take the title off Usyk, and the Dubois fight, as I've already said, is not a unification fight, maybe give Parker his shot, and then Dubois can then step in and fight the winner of that. But I think the massive favourite, like I've already said.
Meanwhile, Carl Froch didn't hesitate to stir the pot when addressing the political chaos surrounding the heavyweight division, especially with the potential shakeup involving the WBO title. Froch raised a key question. Could the WBO actually strip Oleksandr Usyk of his belt? Rumors are already swirling that Joseph Parker might be next in line to step in and capitalize. Froch painted an intriguing scenario. If Parker gets a shot, we could see him challenge Usyk for the title, setting the stage for serious drama. But here's where it gets interesting. The burning question isn't just about Parker versus Usyk. It's about who the winner faces next. And according to Froch, that next opponent might be even more dangerous. Still, Froch made one thing clear. If Usyk and Parker do meet, there's no doubt who the favorite is. Usyk, with his superior skill set and tactical brilliance, remains the heavy pick to dominate. The heavyweight division is in flux, shifting by the day. But the real issue remains. Can Parker's current momentum be enough to topple Usyk, or will Usyk once again prove why he reigns supreme? The moment of truth is coming, and it could change everything.
On that, what you've just said,
Yeah.
because the way that you were wording that then insinuates that you believe that Oleksandr Usyk is going to give up that belt, and therefore Joseph Parker will be upgraded from interim champion.
My understanding is that he may do that, but he may choose Joseph Parker. He's got the option to choose Joseph Parker over Daniel Dubois as well. That's the option it gives him.
And Adam Catterall didn't hold back when diving into Oleksandr Usyk's next move. Dropping a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the boxing world, he boldly suggested that Usyk might be preparing to vacate his title. A move that could instantly catapult Joseph Parker into prime position, potentially elevating him from interim champion to full title holder. The implications? Absolutely massive. Catterall's comments sparked a firestorm of speculation. As he hinted, there's a real possibility Usyk could relinquish his belt. But this isn't just about Parker stepping into the void. Usyk still holds the cards when it comes to choosing his next challenger. And Parker might be sitting right at the top of that list. What's more, Catterall threw another name into the mix, Daniel Dubois, keeping fans guessing who will truly emerge as the division's next major player. Point one thing's clear. The buzz surrounding Parker is undeniable. Talks are happening behind the scenes, and this could be the game-changing moment everyone's been waiting for. Here's the burning question. Will Parker seize this golden opportunity, or will Usyk stay in control and silence all challengers once again? The heavyweight division is on the verge of exploding. Get ready, because everything is about to change.
Yeah, and he deserves it because it was Daniel Dubois that pulled out of the fight, not Joseph Parker. And it was Daniel Dubois that put himself out the line for it. So why would Daniel Dubois be awarded a direct crack of Usyk when he pulled out the fight? So the right person to get the crack should be Joseph Parker. Why not? He was the one that turned up to.
Johnny Nelson didn't pull any punches when addressing the current chaos in the heavyweight division. And his words hit hard. He raised a critical issue. It was Daniel Dubois, not Joseph Parker, who pulled out of their previous fight. Yet somehow, Dubois is still being handed another shot at Oleksandr Usyk. Nelson didn't mince words, calling out the decision as fundamentally flawed. In his eyes, Parker, the fighter who showed up, put in the work, and delivered, should be the one next in line for the title shot. Parker didn't flinch under pressure. He took on the toughest challenges head-on and earned his right to fight for the world crown. Meanwhile, the move to give Dubois another crack at Usyk raises serious questions about fairness in politics and boxing. Nelson's frustration is clear. If the sport truly valued dedication and merit, Parker would already be stepping into that ring. Now. the question looms. Will boxing continue rewarding those who step back when the heat's on? Or will deserving fighters like Parker finally get the shot they've earned? The stakes have never been higher, and the future of the heavyweight division hangs in the balance. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Nelson? Don't forget to like and share.